What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, here on Industry Talk, and welcome to Primetime Pod, the hottest information resource outlet for all things entertainment, breaking news, celebrity interviews, and the hot topics of the day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.
Shit. Prime time five. Make sure you check it out.
Hell, why the fuck you think he missing? He say
And Centerville, a whole lot.
now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
They go trap.
What's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, coming at you all the way live. I'm in your space. I'm in your face. And I'm definitely blessed to be here on this wonderful day. It is May 7th, 2026. We are live at 5 here on the Prime Time Network. This is Industry Talk. I am your host, Big G. We'll be joined here in just a little bit with my good man Jarrell Braswell, Terry Cherry, and of course it's Thursday, so we're going to have a conversation with Mr. Damon Vega. Yesterday, and I'm bringing it up yesterday because yesterday we had a very in-depth conversation about VRA 1965. And I'm going to carry a little bit of that conversation over today because it's a relevant topic. It's relevant because we need to be paying attention to it and paying attention to it in such a manner that we bring in awareness to things that we need to be addressing as opposed to worrying about someone's affinity for whichever political party they desire to be affiliated with, as though that's an issue. But that's not what we're talking about. Although that gets caught up into the minutia of the topic, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what's happening right before your very eyes, the dismantling of the Voters' Rights Act. Is it of 1965? Is it a good thing? Should we really be paying attention? What are we really consuming ourselves with as it relates to what's going to take place in our lives 5, 10, 15 years from now? And the relevancy of it. And some other things that we need to talk about. But while I got you here, hold on just a moment. Let me bring my good friend Terry Cherry to the stage as we move forward, as we press forward. Let's see here. Terry Cherry. What's going on, Terry? Hey, what's going on, Terry?
You right about that
Talk to me.
awareness. It's a lot of stuff I want to get out today and speak about today. That's been on my mind, heavy, had on my heart. So I'm definitely looking forward to our conversation today.
Good.
I'm gonna hop right on as soon as I get to the house. I'm almost to the house.
Okay, good stuff. Well, I'm gonna bring Damon on right quick. Say hi to Damon right quick before you come off
Hey,
here.
Damon. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm just not gonna show my face till I get to the house. But
Hey Terry, how you
Yeah.
doing?
fine. How you doing? Look at my mom in the background. She want to join the
Hey.
conversation today.
Oh, I'm doing fine. How you doing? One day at a time. How you doing, Galen?
I'm doing well, brother.
Vega,
Yeah.
What's up?
man, we was just talking about how we need to bring awareness to the conversation today. All the stuff that's going on. We got planes falling. We got the coronavirus. We got the government. They deboing us to. I don't know what we're going, but we ain't catching on to nothing. So I'm happy to have a
Yeah, it's a
conversation
lot of
about
stuff.
what's going on. You feel me?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on in Greensboro too about that new police chief out of Toledo. His crime rate was real high, and They didn't even let the people that voted the town commissioners in. The town commissioners didn't even let the public know. They went behind their back and hired them. And a boy just got killed on a bicycle up there, and their crime rate was sky high. And they just went behind their backs and hired him in Greensboro. And they real mad about how corrupt the Greensboro Police Department was. It's been a hot topic here.
Man,
Yes,
and you know
indeed.
what's crazy is unjust starting to become a common thing. We are literally getting our rights taken away one by one, and it happened,
Yeah,
and it happened already. You know what I'm saying? It already happened months ago. Where now we seeing the trickle effects, but did nobody do anything about it? We didn't take nothing serious. It's time to get serious. Well, we don't have nothing.
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. All right. So Terry, how much longer you got to get to the house?
Not that far.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get into it with Damon, and when you get to the house, you know what I'm saying, just pop on in. All right.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. 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 And Jarrell will be in here with us in just a minute too. All right. Good deal. So Damon,
Yes, yes, sir.
how you doing, man?
Hey, man, just taking one day at a time, man. Liking my job.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
it was a crazy day yesterday.
Yeah, well,
It's crazy.
that's what I wanted to sit down and talk to you about, because let's walk through your day. How about we do that before we even go into, the conversation? Because you sent me a text. It was a little disturbing. Just not disturbing on your behalf, but just something that was disturbing, and it just left me with questions. But let's, from the top of your day, waking up and then going to work, and then inevitably getting a call from, I guess, your boss or the manager or whomever the case may be, to go check out something in a room. So give me the full rundown, Damon. Let's get into that. Oh,
Well, first of
before you
all, my
start,
grandmother.
before you start, prayers goes out to you and your family. You did make me aware that your grandmother had passed. She was 100 years old, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
100
So go
years
ahead.
old, man. She was my heart. Yep.
Right,
I was able to
right.
make it home, man, to see her alive.
Yeah, yeah.
But Monday, about 8:24, man, I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette. And when I went in the house, my mom said, your grandmother just passed away. And it just took me for a loop, man. And, she passed away peacefully at home. And all the family was over there. And I stayed over there until they finally came and got her body and took her away. But the next day, um, well, I'd had the day off, but I told my manager about it. He was like, well, you can go ahead and take Wednesday off. But I was like, man, I need to go keep my mind occupied. I can't, I just keep thinking about my grandmother. So about 2 hours later, he said, I need you to go to room 311. I think it might be an emergency up there. So when I go up there, man, there's a woman in there that's dead. Around her eyes were blue, and her husband that was in the bed, he couldn't get out of the bed to attend to her. And I'm nervous, and he's like, I said, man, I checked her pulse, and I put my ear down to her. I said, man, she's not breathing. She's dead. He was like, I said, when the last time you talked to her? He said, man, about 2-3 hours ago. So I immediately started, I said, where should I go? He said, in the middle of her chest. And I started pumping it. But at the same time, I said, anybody call an ambulance? He was like, no. So I called 911, and the operator guided me. She said, as I go 1, 2, 3, 4, you call it out with me. But at the same time, you just keep pumping. And I'm like, oh my God, man. I just went through the passing of my grandmother, and now I'm going through this. So I pumped for about 15 minutes, and then my friend, coworker Adrian, he came in there. I said, man, you got to take over. I'm wore out. And he started pumping, and I went to the window, and I finally heard the ambulance come, and it was just, it was chaotic, man. It was traumatic too, man, because those two people, man, they shouldn't have been in that hotel, man. They should have been where they had some care, because it was like 9 paramedics came in there and 2 police. That's when I finally left out, but I was standing there, and man, this lady had like 16 Mr. Pibbs and honey buns, oatmeal cakes. I felt so bad, man. And I was like, man, I gotta go home. But he ended up letting me leave about 3:30. But when they came, I heard the paramedics say that they had got a pulse, but I asked my boss man later on, did she pass away or did she live? He was like, he didn't know. So I checked with my friend Leslie this morning, and she said she hadn't even asked anybody, and I don't know if that lady passed away or not.
So hold on, Vega. You know, because when you sent me the information, and I'm reading this. Okay, here's the first thing. Why would the manager call you? Was he at the hotel, or because you said somebody called you and said go check room such and such and such and such, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy that was in the room had called Mike, and then Mike called me and told me to get up there, and it might be an emergency, but I just thought like maybe it was somebody that fell out of chair, because Monday I had to go to room 121 to help a man that fell out of his wheelchair, or his son couldn't get him and his wife couldn't get him, and I helped him. You know, I thought it was like a situation like that, and it was a nice motel, man. But when I got up in there, man, that lady was gone. I said, "Oh, right. Jesus, this is
okay,
way above my pay grade right here."
Yeah, but then you said the husband was laying in the bed.
He couldn't walk. He was sitting there in a diaper. I'm serious, man. He couldn't even get up to attend to her. So after they took the lady out,
how long has she been laying there? How long has she been laying there then?
Man, that man said the last time he talked to her was 2-3 hours ago. And I guess he fell asleep and woke back up because he was calling her name, Nancy, Nancy. And he talking about smack her, push her. And I'm like, I said, man, what in the world? Man, I can't believe this happening to me. One of the coworkers said, well, I'm glad it was you than me. But maybe I was meant to be there for a reason, man.
Right. So okay. Are these elderly people, or are they just? Or you said the lady was huge, right?
She was about 450 pounds, man. And one of the paramedics said, man, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get her on this stretcher. And I wasn't being no comedian. You might have thought I was a comedian at that time, but I said, well, maybe you need to get 2 stretchers and put her on. They kind of started laughing, but I wasn't saying it as no joke. But they was like, nah, if we did that, we won't be able to get in the elevator. So, but she was huge. But that's when the other 5 paramedics came and 2 police, and there was already some paramedics in there. It took a bunch of them to get her on that stretcher. But when she left, they had a pulse.
Okay, so when you administered CPR or chest compressions to keep the heart pumping, keep the heart pumping and blood flowing. But you know that's one aspect of it. But if there was no oxygen going to the brain, then you know, because just because you're pumping the heart don't mean that you're pumping oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So was anybody, trying to blow oxygen into her mouth?
No. I thought about doing it, but man, she had so much food around her mouth and it just looked kind of bad. But the lady that was on the phone said,
you say hell no. I get you. You gotta explain it. Yeah, I get it.
Man.
I get it.
You know, somebody said, man, you brave, because a lot of people wouldn't have done that. They would have been scared, but
right. I understand.
The operator said they have a new technique now where they just rather for you to do the compressions. But while I was doing the compressions, I could feel air. I could feel air hitting me. you know, because I was going
Yeah,
in, man. I was
that's
going. I
because her
hope I didn't
lungs
break
are
a rib
pushing
or
out.
nothing.
You pushing whatever air that was in her lungs out. So that's why you were feeling
Yeah,
anything, if anything was coming out, but nothing was going in. Now that's carbon
yeah,
monoxide coming out, or whatever's in that lung still there coming out. Now the thing that people have to understand, your lungs don't need oxygen and air to survive. Let's get that right.
yeah.
Your
But
brain needs oxygen to
if she been
survive.
sitting there,
You understand what I'm saying?
but
You see what I mean?
but if they had let her, if he had talked to her 2 hours, man, and she done passed away, she probably was brain dead. But I'll
Right,
find out
right.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I certainly hate. It seems like traumatic experience after traumatic experience, and I asked you, I said, how's your mental? You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling mentally? You know what I mean? I mean, what are you going through in that moment, having to deal with that when you text me that? And I read all of your texts that you send to me, Damon, whether you realize it or not. But I do get really busy. But I stopped because I was driving at the time, and I read that text. I was like, damn, Damon.
Yeah,
That's what I said to you. I was like, damn. Like, what the,
I got a quick text from you then. I know,
yeah, I was like, what
I
the
know you busy, but you're not the only one that asked me how was my mental, man. You're the third
yeah,
person
yeah.
that asked me. But I'm a lot
Right.
stronger than what people think, man. I've
No,
been through a lot, man.
it's not
So
about
really,
being strong. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not even the situation. Okay, was it a couple white or black?
white.
Okay, so now
They were white.
here's me pulled over, reading the text, asking you if you're cool, knowing about the experience, understanding that you're helping the whole 9 yards, but there's a white woman dead on the ground and you over her body. You already know what's going through my
Yeah.
fucking head, Damon. You know what I'm saying? Police
Yes.
coming. I don't
Yes.
care. Hotel,
Yes.
motel, Holiday Inn situation doesn't make a difference. What I'm saying is the possibility for someone to say that you were the cause of this shit, or you had some responsibility, or you played a part in this shit. You get what I'm saying? That's where my mind is going. Like, man, I hope, I pray that there's nothing that can actually convince someone or have someone in a state of mind to think that Damon has anything to do with it outside of trying to help this woman stay alive.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, the man had been reaching out to the manager that he needed some help. That something
Right.
that his
I
wife.
understand. And then the manager. So so here's what I'm saying. Who is at fault at this point? Because the manager didn't call 911. You see what I'm saying? So the responsibility of, hey man, you know that they have some people that are in a bad way. They're sickly, they're overweight, obese, diabetic, whatever the case may be. You said the man was in bed in a diaper. He can't move. So you're taking advantage of these people. The manager, the owner of the establishment, you're definitely taking advantage of these people. But now you're in a situation where this guy's calling you, hey man, I need some help. I can't get up. And my wife, I don't know what's going on, where she at. I can't see her. She's on the floor, whatever the case may be. And now he's calling Damon. Damon, I need you to go check out, see what's going on in room such and such and such and such. As opposed to, let's call 911 and get the emergency medical services to this location. Even if it is, okay, somebody has fallen down, because this isn't hospice care. This isn't a rest home. This is a hotel.
Yeah, it's an extended stay, but I tell you this, they didn't need to be there, man. They needed to be under some kind of medical care because we wasn't even allowed to go in there and clean their room, how bad it was. And I was like, man, he could have had somebody else go up in there and do that. But I made sure I had witnesses with the other hotel worker, because he had to come in there and do what I was doing. You know, I'll be covering my tracks, man, because
you damn skippy. You didn't already got hit with the okie doke once before.
Yeah.
I mean, do I need to remind you? 27 years, accused of a murder, accused of burning down a house and goddamn breaking and entering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on now. We don't need bullshit to happen again.
Hey man, don't you know all that flashed through my mind? And hey, I kept saying, what
Hell
the
yeah, it's
F?
gonna flash
What the
through your
F?
mind.
What
It
the
flashed through
F?
mine.
Hey, and then I lost one of my Bluetooths in the room. And I was standing out there waiting for them. I was told the paramedics, man, my Bluetooth was up in there. They cost me almost $100. So the manager said, well, wait till they take her out, and then you can go back in there and get it. But the man that was laying in the bed, he had the Bluetooth in my hand, and he thanked me, but I was just shook up about it, man. I was real shook up about that, man. I don't want to be a part of something like that, man, because of things that I've went through. But people say, well, maybe you was meant to be there for a reason.
Right. What, to watch her die?
Nah, try to help her out for not dying. But I know that lady was gone, man. And I know when I go to work tomorrow, I think that they're going to tell me that lady had passed away. Because I asked Mike before I had left work yesterday. I said, man, any updates? He said, man, I think she passed away. Yeah. But I'll find out tomorrow.
Everything about that woman, whoever she may be, will forever be singed and seared on your brain.
Yeah, it's I think it's a picture of it right here on top of my forehead if you can see good enough. It was something, man. I'm serious, man.
Oh man, well,
it took me about an hour and a half to come home.
Right. I'm glad you're good, man. The more important thing to me, outside of your safety, your security, and your good, that the tragedies that you've experienced, being that your grandmother passes, which is paramount above everything else. That was just a side story that happened, but your grandmother that passed 100 years old, that in itself is a trauma and traumatic. Your mourning loss, and then to be faced with your supervisor throwing you into a position where you're having to try to save a life
twice.
All right. Okay. And so that's even more trauma. And now you have to process all of this stuff. And I'm concerned about how you're going to process it. You see what I mean? Because I don't want you to go backwards. I don't want you to relapse. I don't want you to be like, man, fuck it. Because anything could trigger you to want to go back to do X, Y, Z. And we know what we're talking about. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to see you like, AG, man, I said fuck it, and I went and talked to the dope man. You see what I'm saying? None of that shit, So because of what's going on mentally, because of things that are a burden to you, through the experiences that you're going through, because look at all the positives, although there's some negatives. I mean, you working, you full-time working. You know what I mean? You asked for it, you prayed for it, and it happened. You know what I mean? And more opportunities are to come. We're working on notes from behind the wire, getting the book published. Working on getting your music once we get all of that situated and straight, because we had to talk about that. I'm all for AI and all this other kind of good stuff. But you have such a wonderful voice yourself, Diamond. We have to get you into a studio so you can put down these tracks yourself. It's your music, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of getting the music or the instrumentals the way that you got to do it, and boom, start recording your music yourself. But all of that stuff comes in time. You know what I mean? My man, Dr. Gregory Barabino says he has access to a grief counselor. He's in Texas. You're in Greensboro, North Carolina. Yeah. So I'm not sure if, telephone grief counseling is something that he's talking about, but you do have access. And then Jonathan Shaw says, facts, no need to go backwards. All of you are 100% correct. Thank you. Well, I jumped into the conversation. Thank you, everybody that has joined the live. I just been getting into it these days. You know what I'm saying? Getting straight to it. Really have been paying a whole hell of a lot of attention to who's on, who's not on. But I do have to give big ups and shout out to everyone that is participating with the live across all the platforms, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Make sure you go tap in with my good man, Jonathan Shaw. Inside Speaks Military Veteran Point of View. We are here today with my good man, Damon Vega. And Vega never disappoints. I promise you. From conversations that we have about his time sitting down 27 years incarcerated in prison. And when I say Damon is wide open, I'm talking about he opens up to the point to where he can give you vivid stories, accurate stories, and things that have happened to him while locked up, to experiences that, we only hear about, from people. And it's not like, I don't believe that, or it's not true, but he's put it in a book, from the songs that he's written to the things that he's experienced between correctional officers, COs, to dealing with parole boards, dealing with the Duke University Innocence Project, inevitably getting him out and getting him freed based on a crime that he did not commit. But just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You are locked up behind bars and serving time for a crime that you didn't commit, in 27 years of your life behind bars, and all of the bullshit that happens while you're incarcerated, this man had to face and go through. From the fights, surviving for your life, to the advances from other prisoners, and we even talked about the psychologist, psychiatrist, and even the correctional officer that tried to grab you up in an inappropriate manner, and you inevitably got him fired. But so that's what makes your situation and story so special, Damon, is because you have no problem with telling the truth. That's why I believe you. When you say Galen, I didn't kill that woman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't sit there and,
wince
about it. I just didn't do it. And this is why I'm telling you I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't sit there and say, I'm an angel, I'm perfect, I'm this. No, I done fucked up. I done done all kinds of shit, but I didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we dig off into your story,
done all kind of stuff, but I didn't do that.
Yeah, and as we talk to you, and as we get to know you, and as we, over how many links did I send you the other day? About 5 links, five or 6 links.
Yeah, I didn't get the one from last week though, but
you didn't get the one from last week.
Terry was talking about. No, the one you was talking about, what is AI? I said demonic.
Okay.
Look, man, the reason I said that because the reason I said that AI was demonic, because this person asked the AI to say God is Lord 50 times. And when he got down to the last 5 of them, his voice went into a demonic voice. Just was saying, first he was just saying God is Lord, God is Lord. Then it went into God is Lord. And I heard this, so when I come on the podcast and you asked me about AI, that's why I said it was demonic.
Okay, gotcha. Making sense now. And of course there was truth to it. And I'll get you that link. I thought I sent you all of them, but we've had over 5 or 6 sessions at this point. Every week,
yes, sir.
Since our first interview, you jump on here with us, and we dig deeper and deeper into your life. We dig deeper and deeper into who you are. And I told you that we want to make Damon Vega's name, face, and story a household situation. We want people to really dig off into your life, because we're dealing with, and this is the eye on the prize situation. We're dealing with getting you fully exonerated. You see, the fact that they released you is one thing, but the fact that you still have the felony conviction over your head as though you were guilty, although Duke Innocence Project proved that you weren't, because what they say, if they didn't believe that you were innocent, they wouldn't take the case. So now that you're out, and you've been proven innocent but not fully exonerated, then that means that the restitution that is owed to you, the reparation that is owed to you, is forfeited, because they're saying that, hey, we just let you out on a technicality, you're still a convicted felon, and you've dealt with having to try to find jobs.
Yeah.
And when you fill out those applications, you have to click, hey, I am a
Yeah.
convicted felon on record, but I've been proven innocent, so I'm not the individual who committed this crime. An employer doesn't care. They know that you sat down for 27 years for this crime that they said that
That's
you
right.
did. So until that gets straightened up, and the fact that an individual that through the Innocence Project got released and inevitably got what, 65 million because of false imprisonment, and 6.5 million. Okay, well,
yeah, Dylan, and they suspected. Yeah, they suspected the guy that did his crime did mine, because both of the women were basically killed the same way, and it was only a half a mile apart.
Right.
And the guy used to work up the street in our neighborhood.
Yeah. So they knew that. So they had a lock in on who the real suspect was for the crime, who really committed the crime. They could prove it. And of course, SBI, you said they wouldn't allow that information in. They have the fingerprints, they have the blood under the nails, all of this stuff. But for some odd reason, it miraculously disappeared when it was called to order to get you exonerated.
Yeah, to get tested for the DNA, because there was fingerprints left in Miss Lundy's home, and they wanted to take my evidence, his evidence, to compare to what was on them. I think the glass or something that they were talking about, but all of a sudden everything disappeared and wasn't even signed by a judge. It was illegible. You're not supposed to destroy evidence when a person pleads not guilty. It stays in the evidence room forever. You know about cold cases where they sat in the evidence room forever, people that pled not guilty, and just all of a sudden, mine's not there no more. That has been there forever. They knew. They knew, man. They knew.
Right.
It's just a big disappointment that they try to use that as a means for not letting me be exonerated or get compensated, because the state lab report said I was innocent, that it wasn't me. So, I was hoping that they did the DNA. I wanted it done. I knew that right there would clear everything, but all of a sudden they can't find it.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So corruption. We're dealing with corruption. We're dealing with some bad actors, some bad players in this big scheme of life that we're living in. So pay attention to this, Damon, and let this soak into your mindset for a minute. Right. The same way that we allow those types of things to happen in our communities. I was talking about the VRA of 1965 yesterday on my show, the Voters' Rights Act of 1965, which is at this point been dismantled to a degree. And it's all based on a technicality. Now, here's the technicality. Crazy part. The letter of the law says that they can't subscribe to the reading as it's stated back from 1965 because it's discriminatory. It's an act of discrimination for minority majorities to actually be in place. They're saying that the same reason why they set this up back in the day now, and this is just one of the instances, and I talk about minority majority areas, like for example, you've got Ward 1 through 6. The third ward is the minority majority Black ward or area or district. And so now you have lines that are drawn to to box in the black vote so that an individual from that community can inevitably serve on a council, become an alderman, become, whatever the case may be, a superintendent based on the numbers from that ward. But we forget that 1 through minus Ward 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 are all majority white. So us making up 13% of the population, we would never, because if in fact we didn't draw the district lines that way, we would never be in a situation where an African American or a minority would be in a position to win. Ever. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back, Damon. Talk to him right quick, Damon.
Okay. I'm right here.
All right,
Can you hear
Damon,
me,
I'm
Gavin?
back. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I was just letting you know, just talk to him for a second. I had to check on something right quick. But as I was saying, Damon, we're dealing with a situation where we don't have the say, or we've become apathetic about the say or what it is that we're doing when it relates to our communities. And so redistricting, redlining, as Jonathan Shaw was talking about yesterday, and I said I was going to talk about this again today because this is a hot button topic for me. Your age, you were dealing with civil rights era, the movement, and hell, you kind of got caught up in the situation. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that you might be a yellow boy, but you still a nigga. You get what I'm saying? In the white folks' eyes, you don't look that white. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was I'm making light of this because you said the light skinned boys, there was pretty boys going into prison. So hey, you had to fight for your life, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
But
yeah,
my
true.
point of it's true. But my point about the Voters' Rights Act and the 1965 situation, all right, Pop, is that we're looking at it unravel in real time. Right now, present day, this is happening right now, present day. Let me bring something to your attention, right? How far this goes back. Right? And I'm not asking you to do the math. I'm just wanting you to think about something, right? Just think about this. Now we're talking about 1964. When all of this really kicks off. It kicks off 1964, right? And what I'm saying back in 1964, we're talking about the Civil Rights Act of 1964. See, people get it confused. The Civil Rights Act of 64 and the Voters' Rights Act of 65, right? So, but they run kind of in a symbiotic type of a relationship, right? Selma, Bloody Sunday takes place. Guess what? I'll be damned. In August of 65, the Voters' Rights Act passes, right? They enact it, right? Wasn't ratified in the law, but at the same time, it's still an act. It's constituted as a law. So, there it is. But we sit in a situation right now, Damon, where they gerrymander these lines. They sit there and they draw these districts how they want to. So my point was, if in fact they did this back then to make sure and ensure that African Americans had a voice at the table, and now they're saying because we're drawing these lines to make sure that African Americans or minorities have an opportunity to have a voice, that in itself is discrimination against who? White people. Or the generality against everyone because you're doing this. So now we have to break down the whole construct and redraw these district lines right before midterms, right before elections, so that the vote can be swayed. So that the vote can be swayed during these midterm elections, because they're trying to take over the House. They're trying to take over the Senate. They're trying to get their people into position so that they can.
Did you know that my mom she's been voting ever since she was able to, but she just recently got a letter where she got to have proof of her residence, ID, and everything now. And she was just saying, I wonder, is that because I got the last name Vega? I don't know, but this is crazy.
No.
The places that was in Greensboro that's been in our neighborhood where you could just go down the street and vote, they've moved it out in the white people section.
That's right. They've moved. You've been relocated.
Yeah, where they know it'd be hard for the black people to get to where they can vote. Yeah.
So all of
there's
this
nowhere
is
to go
happening
right here in our neighborhood. You got to go way out.
Yeah, this is happening right before your very eyes, and you just said it. That, hey man, this is happening to me. My mom, she got this letter. If you don't, and I said this yesterday, if you don't have an address or an ID that matches up with the address on the bill or whatever the case may be, they're not going to let you vote. And even if you fill out an affidavit form to vote, you see what I'm saying? It's not. They're not going to sit there and actually allow you to get that far, because you can't prove who you are, so to speak. Although you're in a polling station where people know you. I know you're Damon Vega, but you don't have the right documentation.
Yeah.
What? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
no,
they're doing
they're
doing everything they can to stop black people from voting.
Yeah, they are. What's going on, Terry? Can you hear me? Okay. Can you turn your phone sideways for us?
Hold on, y'all.
Oh, you got to get situated.
Girls, get ready for the game. Hold on, right quick, y'all. I'm running.
You about to go to a game?
No, the girls get ready for the game. I'm gonna go later on, pick them up later. They got a festival thing at their school, the game. You know, my kids in sports and stuff. Y'all know I be mommy.
Right. That's right. Okay. Low key, Layla, 440449. Welcome to the live. Low key, Layla. Welcome to the live. We are talking with Damon Vega, Terry Cherry, and we getting into it today. We're getting into it today because there's a lot that is happening. Damon's going through a lot. Damon has lost his grandmother, 100 years old. She just passed recently, and Damon had to try to save a woman he didn't know, 400 plus pounds. And I'm still trying to figure out why the manager sent you to the room and he didn't call 911, but that's neither here nor there. But Damon's going through a lot.
He came after the paramedics got there.
Hell yeah, he gonna come. What's going on? That's what's happening, But
yeah.
Terry, Damon going through it right now. He going through some shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
Catch me up. What's going on, Damon? I know I heard. I see my condolences. I did hear that your grandma passed, and I know that could be hard. I know that's all in itself is a mind boggle.
Thank you.
But Damon,
I was at work the other day, and the manager told me to go to room 311. Told me to go to room 311, and there's a woman dead in the room. And I had to pump her chest. I had called an ambulance, and the operator telling me go 1, 2, 3, 4 till the ambulance got there. And I'm like, man, what in the world going on here? You know, man, I'm already going through a lot with my grandmother passing, and you know,
Right.
this way above my pay grade here, and I'm wondering where the manager at, and it was just real traumatic. That's all. It was just real traumatic. I don't even know. I know that when the paramedics got there, they finally got a pulse, and I don't know if that woman passed away or not, but that was just really something for me after just losing my grandmother and then going through what I've been going through in the past, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Mhm.
Life been life. Life be getting life,
Mhm.
and then the times
Yeah.
that we is trying to, trying to maintain. Uh, it's a little thing. It's called Age of Disclosure, right? It's on TikTok. When y'all get off of this, go into TikTok, type in Age of Disclosure, and you'll see people talking about how the economy is basically breaking down from them, and they working 40 hours a week. They doing all these little things they can to stay up, and still it's not able to even, like, I didn't even know it was this many people going through this type of things. You know what I'm saying? It's I feel like that
Yeah.
we're at a point in time right now, y'all, where everything getting stripped away from us. Until we have nothing, we will not even notice. Like, I feel like we're there. You know what I'm saying? We're at a point in life where, and I'm not saying everybody, because you can be up right now. It don't mean shit. Money don't mean a motherfucking thing, because if money don't mean, if money is gonna run out, right, and it's not gonna be accounted for, if the dollar didn't wasn't a dollar, then what else would we have? You have to trade. You
That's
have
right.
to
You go
you
back
got
to
to trade,
bartering. That's
right?
right. Yeah.
So if we took,
And if you don't have anything to barter, then you have a gun.
well, if we took the dollar from America right now, we have nothing. We
Mhm.
ain't got nothing. And I
Mhm.
feel like at this point in time, how life is starting to go, the dollar ain't gonna mean nothing in a minute. Trump knows exactly what he's doing. He is dismantling everything one piece at a time, and he been
Mhm.
doing that since he got into office. I'm not saying Trump is good nor bad, because God already made his path. If we was with what's her name, Kamala, it would have been faster or slower. I used to say that all the time. We're gonna get fucked faster with Kamala, or slow and wet at least with Trump. You know what I'm saying? At least he gonna
Mhm.
tell you in your face what's finna go on with a smile on. You know what I'm saying? Kamala, she
Okay.
gonna tell you everything all right while we still struggling. Make you
Right.
believe mentally that everything all right.
Okay.
We
Now,
so
let
far gone.
me ask you a couple of things. Let me ask you a couple of things, right? Because I don't know why that feedback is coming in. But let's talk about what's really required to live. And
Right.
let's just go through it logically. What's really required to live? Damon, Terry, what's really required to live?
Food, shelter, water,
Okay,
uh,
so your basic necessities to live, right? So
right,
now all of the extra stuff, all of the extra things that we put into our lives, that's because of what? Because of us.
right.
So if you want the cable, if you want the nice car, if you want all this extra shit that doesn't necessarily isn't what you need to survive, to live, then you know those superfluities of life can really be dismissed. But we as Americans don't want to do that. We don't want to sit there and live below our means to actually accomplish anything. Now, I'm not saying that you have to. If you can sit out there and you can hustle, you can do what you got to do, you can pay for it, you can get whatever the hell you want. That's on you. But we're talking about what happens when the dollar goes belly up, which now let me say this. Let me say this. I don't believe that's going to happen, right? Um, but we're speaking hypothetically right now. So I'm going to enjoy going down this rabbit hole with you. But now you're talking about when the dollar goes belly up and we have to figure out another way. Because if that happens, that means that the entire system has collapsed, right?
But
Because
you got to look at
everybody's
it like
talking about the
this.
doomsday scenario. The
What if
entire
people,
governmental system has to collapse for the dollar to go belly up.
And you're right about that. But what if the people that's already living below their means? What about the people that's already poor?
Right.
You removing them? You
No,
removing them?
I haven't removed them at all. I haven't
No,
removed
no, no,
them at
no,
all.
no. I'm talking about
Yeah.
us as people, the government as a whole.
Okay, I got
When
you. I
people
got
is
you.
poor in what they're doing with the poor people right now, they getting their ass gone, move. If your city too poor and there's too many poor people hanging around there, you can't even be poor and happy no more. Cause they're gonna figure out a way for somewhere for you to go. You can't even be
Right.
below your means and be like the Mexicans, because they're gonna figure out ICE to come in your house and get all 20 of y'all out there because y'all living below your means. You know what I'm saying?
So,
So
you saying that that's a part of this whole construct, that's intentional,
it's a
that
part
because
of
they're
the
living.
program.
Okay.
How many y'all older than me? Now, how many times y'all seen gas almost $5 consistently?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Consistently.
I've seen it. It
Yeah.
ebbed and flowed. It ebbed and flowed based on wartime, based on what
4.29
we were
here.
doing. Yeah, yeah, I've seen it. It's in the first time I've seen $5 to gas.
That's
see what I'm
only
saying?
just $5 for gas. That's just your regular 87.
Yeah,
These are higher than that. Not only
yeah.
for your gas, your food,
Hmm.
damn the war, your bills, everything
Yeah,
that you thought of on your everyday living is gonna go high up to outrageous number. Even to stay in the hood now is damn near $1,600. To stay in the
right.
hood, and you trying to get below your means.
Hmm.
They taking away your house, and they taking away food stamps. They taking away anything cheap for poor people. They getting them out the way,
Okay,
and
let me
it's
ask you
right
a
before
question.
our eyes.
Took my
Let me
food
ask you a
stamp.
question. They took your food stamps.
No, they ain't taking my food stamps, but I'm saying
Yeah,
they
they took
doing
my
it
No,
to
food
other
stamp.
Damon.
people.
They
Damon said
told
they
me I
took
had
his.
to. They told me I had to get a job and prove that. They sure did.
Yeah, you do have to
Yeah,
get a job now. You have to have a job
they
in order to
sure
have food
did.
stamps, and you only got
Okay,
6 weeks to get it.
so let me ask you this, Terry. Let me ask you this before
Yeah.
we go any further, because you're living in a major city. You're in the DFW area, but you're originally from where in Louisiana?
I am from Texarkana.
Texarkana, right? So which border, which side?
It's like a border between Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana.
Okay, so now you're on the Louisiana side, the Texas side, or the
I'm on the Texas
Arkansas?
side. I'm
You're on
born
the
on
Texas
Texas
side.
side. Yeah.
Okay, so in that region, in that area, is it rural or is it city?
Rural, more like in the middle, rural city, but more rural.
Okay, so what's the average cost of an acre or a half an acre of land in that area?
Cost the same like it is in Frisco. I ain't even lying to you. Unless you're just gonna live at like the bottom, and you gotta go like somewhere like Woodlands, Tanglewood, but they hadn't already ran through them apartments. If
No,
you
no,
come,
no. I know what I'm asking is what is the cost of a plot for a piece of land? What would it cost for an acre of land
it's gonna
in that
run you
area?
a good 50, 30,000.
Okay,
Maybe more
for the land.
for the land.
Okay, so now you have 30,000 invested in land. You can build a home on that property, right? You can build a home on that property because you say it's like $1,600 just to live in the hood right now. $1,600 that you could take and invest into your own home, and it's going to cost you a whole hell of a lot less than that, getting financed, built. And now, guess what? Your home, you have your land, and you have enough property to grow groceries, plant vegetables, or even have some cattle.
Let me tell you why that's not true.
Okay.
I go work hard, save all my money, maybe even have some people to come in to come get this piece of land. I still never will own it. The government decides that we at war. They need more land, even though I own my deed and have my deed in my hand. There's people that got their deeds right now because of the property tax, because of what they can rise above it. You'll never really own it. So if I take all my
I
if I take
understand that.
all
I
my
understand that.
time and
Yeah.
money to do
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
one day it could be from 10 years from now. It could even live it down to my kids.
Right.
But one day I'll wake up and everything that I work for is gonna be somebody gonna try to take it away. And
Yes.
not saying because they have a right to, not saying because I'm lacking or something. It's because they always have the authority. It's no freedom here at
Yes. Okay.
all.
Well, okay. Let me say this. Eminent domain doesn't just happen that way. Even in the time of war, that's not how it happens, right? They can utilize the resources of the land and maybe utilize the home as barracks or quarters, but inevitably at one point in time they have to leave. It remains yours. That's just during wartime. That's not my rule. That is the rule. That is what
I'm
happens
not even
based
speaking
on.
on just the wartime. I'm just speaking overall. I would never
Yeah,
own
but
it.
even and you're right. You're right. The land isn't yours based on you have to pay taxes on the land. I get it. But there again, pay the taxes, right? So that you don't have a situation where it's forfeited. Or you put yourself into a situation, pay attention. You put yourself into a situation whereas the land is now used as your family graveyard.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, so
And
now
that's
there
why
is
if
no
that's the
coming
property, the
and
property first.
trampling on this territory because it's now um it's now a hold on just a second.
But
A
I understand that.
situation it's a situation where they have to preserve and protect the property. I'm gonna take this call, Terry. You take over for a minute for me, sweetheart.
This is what I'm trying to say. Overall, regardless with the government, uh, with anything that you have in America, you will never own it. I don't give a damn how long you work for it, what you do, you paid all your property tax, you'll never own it. They're gonna find some type of way at some type of point where they're gonna take it away from you. If you go to the other countries when they buy their land, you don't see them
Hey,
having to pay no
Terry.
taxes. You don't see them having to do that. You don't see them the government having to come
You know,
in if they want to buy your land or get something off your land. You don't see that. You only see it here. So it's never gonna be freedom, no matter what you do. Unless you remove yourself from America and go to Thailand, Bangkok, Vietnam, that's the only way you're gonna have some type of sense of freedom where you don't have to always look over your shoulder. And why the hell would I want to buy another acre of land, work my ass off for it, leave it for my kids, and then I still know in the back of my soul that the government can take it even from them. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna find a way to take something. I don't want nothing that is gonna be temporary lease to me. When you buy a house, it's temporary, it's still lease. They're just rewiring our mind to tell us, hey, yeah, this is what you can do, this is what you can. I don't want to have to work like that. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to spend $100,000, $300,000, $500,000 on something that's built off a tree. I don't want to have to do that. It was never written down like that. So why is you trying to make me believe that it is this supposed to how I'm supposed to get it? I need to spend $500,000 to $100,000 or more just to have something nice, just to have some piece of land that you can take from me anytime. Because if you don't keep up your mortgage or your insurance, then or you don't have this or you don't have that, any little thing that you putting in the clause or my contract that say I can take it away from you at any time. I ain't doing nothing but steady working myself to keep something that still I never owned. And while I'm working and keeping something this whole damn time, if I die during it, and it still wouldn't matter. You can't say that my kids is gonna take care of this shit. They probably got a mindset like they mama. I don't want to stay here. I want to do this. I want to be bound to this, and I can't blame them. Why the hell mama leave me this goddamn mortgage and the house and all this shit ain't through paying for these property taxes? Why is it left up to me to take care of it? They might have a different path, and I don't blame them. This is not the it. And I tell my kids all the time, you want to be free, you have to leave here. If you want to be free, you're gonna have to leave here and look up the other countries that you would like to stay in, their rights and laws.
because it's not going to matter to America at all at no point in time. And ain't nobody gonna make me convince me to tell me that as long as we stay in this motherfucker, that we free. We'll never be free here. We'll never be free. We can't be free until everything collapses and build back itself. And if you ain't got the right people build it back up, then we just basically building another stimulation of this shit over again. Which it's always eventually gonna turn back to it unless we do something about it. And the only way we do something about it is makes this collapse that's already going on faster. Yeah. Make this shit faster.
They just raised the value of our houses in our neighborhood, so the property tax would be a lot more.
Right. But
And
see
then
how
they raised it. They raised the value of the homes higher. And my mom's like, what?
More. That don't make sense. Why do you
Yeah.
need to pay more because you want to raise the value for these houses? And that's the case, then everybody feel like the value of their house gonna cost a lot. Especially if my grandma owned it, your grandma owned it, and you gonna try to tell me it's $100,000, but it's been in my generation for 5 years. Not 5 years, but 5 different generations. You gonna tell me my shit worth $100,000? Do you know how much it's worth to me? But what if life hits you so hard where you can't afford what your grandma them left, what your mama them left? Is it your fault still because you can't afford it? No. We gotta shut this shit down. That's what we need to start it. Ain't no more property taxes. Ain't no more mortgage. Ain't no more rent. Ain't no more buying.
Yeah, well, not every region don't have property tax. You go to Florida, you know what I'm saying?
I understand that. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the whole.
But I do get what you're saying. I do get the passion. Yeah, I do get the passion. Mm-hmm.
We need to crash this shit out. We need to hit Italy and crash it out. I mean, to stop doing everything.
You say hit
That's
Italy?
the only way we're gonna be free.
Why you gotta take out the Vatican?
They should have been first taken out.
Damn.
Because that's how they controlling people with religion, telling you what's right and what's wrong, keeping your mindset into something where you have to believe something, you have to be a certain type of way, and that's to keep you programmed.
Right.
And then right now, you heard about what Trump said the other day? Yesterday?
No.
Announcement for all the preachers in the world.
What is that?
He's hosting a meeting for all the preachers in the world to come together. They having a secret meeting, and it was ethical that all the preachers must attend it, and so they can get us to whatever paranoid UFO bull crap that they said that it's supposed to be. But I know it's all a facade, because now you already know that when your grandma used to tell you about Revelations, have y'all seen that yet in your day? Have y'all seen Revelations come to the truth like that? In your day?
Yep.
As vivid? Because this what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, we living in it.
We living it. We living to a point where we can't even ignore the shit no more. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because we've been living in it for a long time. But what Revelation is to you and how you interpret it may be different for other folks. But we've been living in hell on earth for quite some time.
Right.
And you don't have to see embers burning and fires blazing to understand that humanity is fucked up, Terry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The things that people do to each other is really jacked up. And what you eating? What you eating? Nerds. Wow. Now that's a throwback right there. You too young to know about nerds. You too damn young to know about nerds.
I'm old soul.
Hey, Damon, did you know that was Cherry when you saw it? You didn't know that was her, did you? She got that damn bonnet on and chipmunk cheeks up. She ain't got no makeup on, no nothing. She
still look good.
Exactly. That's what I be trying That's what I be trying to tell him. She's talking about, oh, my stuff ain't done. I don't want to get on here like that. Man, get on the damn screen,
some
Terry.
days when
People
a
gonna
mom,
love you regardless. People gonna love Terry regardless.
Yeah.
Some days when you're a mom, you just don't feel that shit. When you got like 50 things to do and you running errands all day, and you gotta go here and go there, and then you just don't feel it. I snatched that wig off because it's almost 80 degrees down here. The wig, it felt like it was just making me. It just felt like it was a helmet on my head. It's like it was tackling me.
Can I ask you something?
What was it?
Can I ask you something?
What?
Why? What's the point of wearing a wig anyway? Weave.
Because it's fast. It's a quick hairdo. It's something you can grab and make it look good in 2 seconds.
Right.
I got wigs for everything.
I get it, and I'm not, if you like all that kind of stuff, I understand. But what's the point of purpose when you have your own hair, Terry? It's not like you're bald. It's not like you're bald headed.
I have a lot, and I ain't gonna even lie. I got a lot of hair, and it's pretty long. It comes to a little bit past my shoulders. But it's because I have natural hair. It takes so long to do, and because of humidity and the heat and all that, if I straighten it out like as I want it to be straight, it ain't gonna do nothing but puff up like a big old afro.
Yeah, let the afro flow. Let that afro flow. That's who we want to see. We want to see.
No, it just depends on what the look like. The look
okay. We were just talking about this earlier. The things that we want in life and the things that we need in life and the shit that we focused on. You worried about wigs and hair, and when all you got to do is just let your natural flow, and it's gonna glow the way that it go.
Now that's one thing I can't agree with you. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about things, but the things we want a lot of times. So the stuff that we need,
that's 100% correct. You're right.
The stuff that we need, we think about that list, but it's cheaper for the things that you want than the stuff that you need. Okay. That's why people go for the wants before the needs, man.
Well, look, I got something special today that I'm gonna sit there and bring across the wire. I think I might have worked this out, and I want y'all to check this out and let me know what y'all think about it. Hopefully I got this thing worked out. Let me see here. If you know, you know, ladies and gentlemen. If you know, you know. And I want y'all input. That's everybody that's chimed in, tuned in, the whole thing. I want your input. I want you to let me know what you think about it. And I'm gonna play this thing, and I want y'all to let me know what you think. All right. Let me see if I can get this thing up right the way I need to. It might not do it.
Falsely accused when I was 21 years old, 49 years old, when I was finally let go. Lawyers fought for me to get my true story told. I told you I was innocent, but you nailed me to the cross anyway. But through my family's prayers, I knew my freedom was in the making. These balls and chains couldn't keep me down. I've kept my feet on solid ground. What I've been through, I still can't keep a beautiful smile, because I knew these balls and chains couldn't keep me down. No. Now I'm home. I wonder how the system could tell a lie. They just needed someone to take the blame, to satisfy the public's eye. I will live with this, with my head up. Oh, until the day I die. These walls and chains couldn't keep me down. I stood for years on solid ground. Oh, I still can't keep a beautiful smile. These balls and chains couldn't keep a strong man down. These balls and chains, even though I sit here and show you a smile, if you could see what's inside my heart, that's where my tears will never part. Until the day you clear my name and fully exonerate me, that's when my tears will then be released. Couldn't keep me down. I've stood for years on solid ground. I still can't keep a beautiful smile. 'Cause I know these balls and chains couldn't keep a good man down. These balls and chains. These balls and chains couldn't keep me down.
I like that one, baby.
Talk to me, Terry.
You put your heart and soul into that. And
He
you know
told
what,
about
baby?
Thank you, Cherry.
that's his whole life. That's what happened to him.
Baby, when I look at you, I look at my I got a cousin, right? And he looked just like you. And he went to jail because he took the
Are you
fall.
serious?
He looked just like you. And he took the fall for my uncle and my you know, his little brother. They robbed a convenience store. They was kids, you know, 10, 11, 12. And he got done excruciating in jail. They did him so wrong, you know. And I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy is they railroad our black man so much. And the world, people just like me, we don't do nothing about it. I mean, you got people that do something about it, but people ain't really doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they feel hopeless. They feel defeated because the people that they try to fight is stronger. But it take a lot of strength for you to get out of there. And I heard, man, listen, that
It
song
does.
is beautiful. You did that shit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, my great-great-grandmother last name is Cherry, Bertha Cherry, out of
Really?
Lexington, North Carolina.
We might be
She
cousins.
was the descendants of she was descendants of slaves in Lexington and Martinsville, Virginia. We also kin to a bunch of Harristons, but her last name is Cherry also.
Yeah.
Galen, thank you for playing that song for me, man. Every time I hear it, it hurts, man.
That would hurt me too.
If you when you hear it, it hurts. What the hell you want me to play it for, Damon? Damn. I don't want you to be hurting. It's supposed to
hurt me
be.
too, Damon,
I
because
just want
it
people.
had a flashback.
No, man. Yeah.
Can I,
Yeah.
I mean,
people that have other people that have heard it, man.
can I ask
No,
Go
I'm
ahead,
glad
man.
you played it, but the pain's gonna always still be there regardless.
Right, and I get that. I get that. I understand that. But the song should be a reflection of, you know, what you've gone through. You know, it invokes that emotion, but knowing present day right now, you're not in that situation. You are fighting for
Yeah.
just survival and living and getting back your just due. So you have an opportunity to get that and do that and put this out to the world and let folks know,
Yeah.
hey
And
man, this is what really happened to me, y'all.
yeah, and regardless of what I'm going through, I'm gonna always keep my head up high and keep a smile, man. Regardless, because I'm doing everything I can to get justice for this misfortune. It's just something really needs to be done, man. Something really needs to be done about this judicial system, man, and this corruption in these police departments, man, because it's still
Right.
going on to this day,
Mhm. Okay,
and it
so
ain't slowing up.
what happens is, and
They said 60% of the black people in 60% of the black people in Greensboro right now are being profiled by the police and been stopped. And they're going down there to the town commission. I watch it every week, and they're going down there, and they're really outraged about it, man. We've been profiled like crazy here.
okay, now based on what you just said, 60% of the people are being profiled, and now you have individuals that are going to the town hall meetings to talk to the city councilman, talk to the police chiefs, whatever the case may be. These are things that we should have been doing. These are things, you know, to avoid getting to that point.
Yeah.
Now, if we turn the blind eye to crime that's happening in our area, you know, oh man, that's little Johnny, he over there selling crack. That's Mary Lou's son. Leave that boy alone. As opposed to, hey, Johnny, get your ass off this goddamn block. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that shit around here. You know, we are the ones that allow crime to happen in our area. We can police ourselves. That's just a true to form fact. Now, if in fact you have citizens on patrol, you have cops, you have police officers that are in your area and they're from your area, from your community to serve your community, you have less of a chance for something stupid to happen between the police officers and the community. But if the community doesn't go to those meetings and say, hey, look, man, we don't want these officers here. Well, we need officers to serve, and we have to bring people. No, we don't want them here. And we're going to stop shopping. We're going to stop doing X, Y, Z. We're not going to spend money. There's not going to be any commerce until we get what we want in this community. And it's a united front. That goes across the board with anything. As soon as we start putting or having individuals, even in lower brackets of the income spectrum, with insurance, life insurance, so that if in fact there is a police shooting and the insurance companies have to start paying out because of this, there's going to be a call from the big boys with the insurance company like, hey man, y'all need to rein back these fucking police officers because we're paying out so much because of this. You see, there's an ebb and a flow to everything that we talk about, but we're not actually tapping into the why it's happening. You see, if an individual in a rich community, someone breaks into their home, guess what? They get their shit stolen, it's insured, they get it replaced. That could happen in our homes.
But it's easier because they can afford it, and a lot of people can't.
Okay,
You know,
now
that's
we were
where the
talking about
extra
we were talking about land earlier, Terry, right?
Mhm.
So there's ways to protect that. There's ways to put your in writing your business or your land or your whatever into a trust holding company, making sure that that trust or that holding company houses the insurance policies that you have for yourself. And this isn't stuff that just costs crazy amounts of money, but these things that you can put into place so that when something happens to a family member, that insurance policy pays out whatever it is that it needs to pay out, but it's paid to the trust. And the trust makes sure that everything in that person's life is taken care of so that you don't have to worry about a third party or the government coming in and saying, well, we're going to sit there through probate and disseminate all of this stuff to all of these different places before you even understand what's happening. There are ways that you can protect yourself.
I got an example.
Okay, go ahead.
When Michael Jackson is one of the even richer alive or dead, one of the richest people on earth.
Was, yes, correct. And even now in his death, yes.
Even now he's dead. He spent 50 million to buy Sony and the Beatles. He died over it. He probably went through the measurements and put it in the trust and doing whatever he needed to. He still got 4 brothers with families out here, and also a alleged sister on the other side that I'm pretty sure that he know about. Only person that was successful was the ones that were still successful, like him and Janet. But throughout the years, or even recently, even his brothers then they had to go back out and start touring and come up with a TV show just to make ends meet.
Hmm.
Now, if this man bust his ass all his
Hmm.
life for his family, made sure that he bought himself out, okay, and also the Beatles, and it still got took after he died back to Sony. What does it matter?
Hmm. Well, obviously something within those contracts wasn't right. I'm not sure of where the catalog that Michael Jackson owns, who actually owns it now. I'm not sure if the state owns it. I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, Terry, but I do know that he was married to some woman. They weren't divorced. So a large majority of that money goes to her. That estate goes to his kids that I don't think are his. But at the
Thank
same
you,
time, huh?
thank you. And a
Yeah.
wife that
So
we barely see,
right.
that she barely saw her face. It's a lot of shit that probably was put on him that he kept trying to tell us at the end of his life.
Hmm.
Okay?
So the game got run on him. I
It's
understand
rigged.
that. I get that. Yeah.
It's rigged. I'm
Yeah,
working
they
my
ran the
whole life
game.
to
They
never.
ran the game on him. They definitely ran the game on him, but he did that too. You see, because oh shit, you all right there? Because
Mhm.
Janet Jackson's not going through those issues. You
We
see,
don't know that.
and she was a mega star. It's not she wasn't a Michael Jackson star, but she was a mega star. We
But we
can't
don't
take
know that.
anything away from, huh?
Because if she was, then Jermaine, Tito, the rest of them Jacksons shouldn't be going through what they're going through, right? Because you got a mega brother and sister.
Okay. So
Y'all
why
own a lot.
so
Y'all got
so
family houses and
why
all.
so why are the brothers going through it? Because they got problems. They're not taking care of their business, obviously. I don't know them personally. I have no idea what's going on in Gary, Indiana, Terry. But I'm not gonna sit there and assume that Jermaine Jackson is just a good business individual and he knows how to handle his money, or Tito, and they just not no. That people make mistakes. People drop the ball. And then when you have a brother or a sister that is super celebrity and making all kinds of money, you just expect them to be able to just fix their problems. That doesn't fix their problems. It doesn't. The money that you said that earlier, money isn't that important. It's not the value. That doesn't fix the problem. The
But
Jacksons
I
had
got billions
issues
of
with the
dollars that I
Jacksons
can't
had.
even take with me when I'm dead, and I know they still
True, you
alive.
can't take it with you at all. You
So
can't
what
take it
does it
with you at all.
matter?
So now let me ask you this. Do you really believe that is famous as Jackson was, that he didn't make sure that his brothers and sisters weren't taken care of? I don't believe
I
that.
know he made sure. I know he
Okay,
made sure,
so
but this is what I'm trying to prove. The point is that he did make sure, and that he made sure that he lived his life to make sure that he had his stuff in order to lose it all against the same people he was fighting against.
right.
So it's for nothing.
Hmm.
If I did all this, I bought this for my family. I
Hmm.
spent $50 billion for my family to have a legacy and keep money even after I'm not here. But then I'm rolling over in my grave right now because
And
I see these.
that money's still going to his family. That
That
catalog is still
no, he have certain things still going to his family, but his
right.
royalties is still, it never is going to be his because the record company that he told you trying to kill him for it did that.
Hmm. Hmm. Let me punch this up right quick. Let's find out where Michael Jackson's royalties are going. Let's see. Let's see who's where are MICHAE Jackson.
It ain't for nothing, cause we all need a battle while we're here on Earth. But it's the materialistic, the money, that's nothing. It does not matter.
Okay, the value, and this just Google. This ain't nothing that this is just what Google saying. It might not be right. The value of Sony ATV Music Publishing is estimated at 1.5 billion. Okay, the estate makes Jackson's share of Sony ATV worth 750 million, from which Jackson would have an annual income of $80 million. $80 million comes into the Jackson estate every year. In 2016, Jackson's estate earned $825 million that year. Okay, so now let me go back. Because like I said, huh?
Who owned it? Michael Jackson
His
still
estate.
owned it.
His
He
estate.
died buying his royalties and the Beatles album. If he
Right,
died,
I got that, but yeah.
His family at least. Not
his family estate still owns that catalog.
So the Jackson still owns
whoever his wife or whoever those people are. I'm not saying that Joe Jackson will, huh?
What Google said? Who's the owner of his?
Let's see who owns Michael
might be
Jackson.
Janet.
Okay. The trust is overseen by executors, John, and like I said, what did I say earlier? Without even reading this information, I said they would put this stuff into a trust, or you would put things into a trust and have your holding company be the administrators of it. But Michael Jackson's estate, according to his will and control of his estate, was left to a trust overseen by the executives, John Branca and John McClain. This structure has allowed the estate to continue to generate revenue for the Jacksons' beneficiaries. So his family,
the executive of who?
The people that he entrusted to run his estate, to run his trust.
Where the executives come from? Did they from Sony?
No.
The executive of Sony?
No.
Is it executive of his family member?
It was his entertainment lawyer. It was, he worked for Mike. That's John Branca, and then John McClain.
To my family, then it's gonna be who I left my beneficiaries toward my family. I wouldn't leave it to two strangers and hoping.
These aren't strangers. These are people that were with Mike throughout his career.
And it's horrible, at the same, because if you seen the movie, have you seen the movie? The people how they
I haven't. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I mean, I saw the light, but that's what
I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. So why would they have that? Not my family. I don't give a damn if it's because not even fucking like. I'd rather for it to go to somebody that's my real bloodline than people who is. If I'm making billions and trillions, why would I only get $1 million a year? Why? Why would my estate get a payout annually, and you still got to divide it between however many that's on there? But it's over with my executives. And I can understand that, but we talking about the people who is coming from. This is all a setup. It's a program.
No, I get it, but it was set up. This is something that was set up by Michael Jackson himself. Right. So when you set up your last will and testament, guess what? It's gonna follow your orders. It doesn't follow anybody else's orders.
I can sit down with a lawyer.
So if Michael Jackson says,
I want both of my kids to be like this. I want both my kids to have the money after I die. I want both the kids to have my car, clothes, and all that after I die.
Okay, I get you.
Is still
I get
the kids not even on it. It's the executive that's giving the kids the allowance annually every year. It does not make sense.
But they are the beneficiaries of it. Okay, so now let me help you pull something together right quick. If you're a kid, or if you're Michael Jackson's siblings, whatever the case may be, and you've never managed $100 billion, you don't know what the hell you're doing. you're going to waste it. So, it was set up in a windfall trust to where it can never leave his family. So as long as they have people that are in his family that are having kids, the whole 9 yards, it keeps going down generation after generation after generation. It was set up in such a way and in such a manner that the lawyers, okay, they earn their 8%, 10% commission off of administering or being the administrators of the trust, but all of that inevitably goes to the family. I don't see how, I'm not trying to get into other people's business, but I do know how trust and shit is set up. I do know how these things work. We have stuff set up like that for our family. So if anything was to happen to me or something happened to my wife or both of us at the same time, guess what? Our kids are in a position to win long term, not just the short term. You see? I think somebody trying to call Terry. But I just don't think that Sony have, oh yes, we're going to figure out a way to get this money back from Mike. No, it's gone. It's his. And they're already they're partners basically at this point. You're seeing through distribution that he gets a yearly stipend that comes from the generation of royalties of the music that the catalog sells. And that's a lot of music. That's a lot of music, you see. So when Michael Jackson made those deals to get those catalogs, he didn't do that by himself. He did that with other people that said, hey, man, Mike, this might be a good idea for you to go buy these catalogs, to go buy this music. I remember them talking about this back in the day. I have not seen the movie, so I don't know what was going on or what they tried to reveal in this situation, but I do know that once those documents are set up and once those lawyers are in place, they're not about to do anything to sit there and jeopardize their money either. They're not. And whether the conspiracy theory is that Michael Jackson was taken out of the game or Michael Jackson was, killed because he bought the catalog from Sony and the Beatles music, and I don't, shit happens. He overdosed.
It seemed like it's a lot of. It seemed like it's a lot of. It seemed like it's a lot of conspiracy theories based on these artists. It just seemed like everybody's making them conspiracy theories
than truth. It's more conspiracy than truth. The bottom line is he liked to be put to sleep with the drugs. He liked that milk, so to speak. So I don't know if the doctor that was dealing with him, if it was intentional, if it was accidental, or whatever the case may be. But if he was not addicted to these drugs and these sedatives, he wouldn't even have to be worried. He'd be alive today.
Yeah,
he would still be alive today, Damon.
That's right. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Now, because you go through all kinds of
Prince.
Yeah, same situation. You go through all kinds of conspiracies of, oh man, look at what he's done. Oh, that's not the real Michael Jackson. Oh, it's a clone. Oh, man, look. Number one, I don't give a damn. Two, I don't believe it. Three, if the man wants to sit there and transform himself from who he was to whatever he became, which didn't even look human to me, right?
No.
But if that's what you want to do through cosmetic surgery or for whatever the case may be, if that makes you feel good, if that floats your boat, then hey, man, have at it. But you're not going to convince me that there's this big construct of overseer that's sitting there looking at us and making sure that we act in accordance. And if we don't act in accordance, then we get the shaft. Now, do I believe in the greater conspiracies of the world that have taken place? Yes, there are some things out there that just aren't coincidental. But when it comes to just day-to-day, just man in general, I didn't see Michael Jackson as a person that they would take out the game because of his political activism or because he was a celebrity, he was a star, he could sing, he could dance, you know what I'm saying? So he was the individual that ultimately was, the true bearer of his demise because of his addiction to the drugs that he was taking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was ketamine. I don't know what the hell that shit was, but you know, whose fault is that? Stop taking the dope.
Not if I program you to put it on you. If a 13-year-old was at a house birthday party and somebody shot her with a needle, talking about tried, and
Right,
she got addicted to that portion, and
right.
by the time she got an adult, she's still on that dope.
She's still addicted. She's still on it. Yeah,
Program.
yeah.
Even when I just looked up the information for Michael Jackson. Majority of his royalties go to his Jackson and Jackson beneficiaries. But guess what? They all lead back to Sony.
The Sony,
And
yeah, because
look
that's
at
who
the
he's in
Beatles
partnership with.
catalog. All of a sudden, when Michael Jackson died, all the information and stuff went other to companies that was owned by Sony and still affiliated with Sony or directly by Sony. Paul McCartney got some of his songs back, but most of it went back to Sony Entertainment. You don't find
Yeah.
that suspicious?
Now you know why Paul McCartney got some of his songs back? Because after a period of time, he could buy that music back.
No, Michael bought it.
Michael bought it.
That's why they broke
But I'm saying,
it. But by the time he died, he started giving people back their own music to go against Sony. And he told you out loud what Sony was trying to do. Nobody took him serious. They started cheering like it was a joke.
Yeah.
Because they so starstruck, they ain't even hearing the message the man said, and now he dead. A lot of times we don't. But basically, it ain't even an argument neither here nor there. All I'm saying is this debate about today is everything is programmed. The only way for us to get out of this is to collapse it. And this is all allegedly. If you decide to get up in the morning and you decide that you are tired, won't you be a difference? I don't give a damn how tired you is. Get outside and go stand with the side and then keep hollering until you find 2 or 3 more other people that's tired too that want to join you. And then when y'all do that, y'all start to keep creating. But the hard part is you're going to have to fight these niggas with these guns. I ain't going to even lie to you. Ain't no such thing as protest no more. They hitting you.
That's right.
And soldiers don't care. You're a target.
Yeah. So, Terry, you ready to give us the word of the day? Yeah. Okay. Terry. Before I put you up on the screen by yourself, Terry, Damon, I need you to do that pull up, man. Let me see you, Damon. Let me see you do that pull up, Damon.
Man, I'm not feeling good today, man. I'm in a whole different state of mind, man.
Oh man.
Man, I've been through something these last few days, man, but I got you next week, man. I promise.
All right.
I got you next week.
You see how they do it, Terry? Boy, I tell you, can't even get them to do a little, Terry disappeared on somebody trying to call her. Somebody trying to call her, Damon. That's what it is. When the screen go black like that means somebody trying to call you. You see what I mean? I can't see you on the screen. You done disappeared. We're going to get her back in here so she can do her word of the day, Damon. Yeah. Terry really likes your music, Damon. She really does, man.
Yeah, man. She texted me and she said, that's badass music. Yes, she really loved my lyrics, man.
Yes. Yeah. You breaking up. I don't know what's going on with your microphone now, Terry.
It's always something, man. Can you hear me good now?
Yeah. Take it away, Terry.
All right. The word of the day is stand, okay? And if you can't stand, you know what to do. Sit. But stand. Stand for something. Do something. Stand for anything. Don't just get up. Don't just go to work. Don't just think about yourself or your family. Stand for something. And when I say stand, I don't mean stand, just stand up and sit in one spot. I don't mean that. I mean stand, make your feet move. Make a difference. It is not hard to make a difference. If you're tired of the repeated things, you stand. Stand for something. Okay? Next week, I want to see y'all in the comments. I want to hear what y'all did last week about what I'm talking about for the word of the day. Tell us. Subscribe. Okay? Stand. Stand for anything. Or fall for everything. It's up to you. But you can make a change. Remember this. Just stand. Word of the day. Word.
Yes, indeed. Terry disappeared, screen black. She over there talking. Don't nobody know she over there talking. And she even disappeared on this thing. Black screen. She got people calling in. She don't know how to put her phone on D&D, do not disturb, doing office hours. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's all good. But
Yeah, I
Damon,
keep mine on airplane mode when I'm talking with.
yeah, she don't know how to put her phone on airplane
Yes,
mode.
man.
She don't want to miss no calls. She want everybody to know that she's still free and opened up, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Half her conversation, it was a black screen. Oh, she back? Yeah, I was talking
Yeah.
about her in behind her back. Yep, I was talking about her. I sure was. On screen, all you gotta do is just go back to the live and see exactly what I said. Every word. Damon, go ahead on and close us out, man. What you got to tell us for the day,
Yeah, man.
bro?
Man, I just want to let everybody know, man, keep your head up high when you get up in the morning. Always thank God. Always tell your family that you love them, because you never know when that might be the last time that you see them. Just keep faith in God. Just always reach out to him, because he'll make a way out of no way. Thank you.
Making a way out of nowhere. That is so true. And that's about the power of belief, ladies and gentlemen. Another great episode of Industry Talk here with my good man Damon Vega, and of course the beautiful Cherry, giving it to us how she gives it to us, raw, real, and uncut, unfiltered. Where'd she go? Where'd Terry go?
She keep popping in and out.
Keep popping in and out. And yes, we're here 7 days a week, Damon. We bring it to him 7 days a week, live at 5. I want Terry to jump back on before we get off of this thing. Because she might have some closing words. She might want to have some closing words before we get out of here. And like I said, man, I definitely appreciate you guys for coming on. Jarrell is on his way to Kansas City. I know that's why he wasn't here today. They're going to be performing at the Funny Bone, Bubba Dub and the crew. And so you guys be on the lookout for that as well. Terry, we're about to get out this thing, man. You're going to be here with us, 7 days a week now? Is that what you said? 2 days a week?
Come on now.
What? Huh?
I'm working towards it now. I'm working towards it.
I know you are. And then we got in the heat of the night. I'm gonna hit you up on some of the nights that we go late night and have conversation. If you got time, if you're not too tired, jump on this thing. We always love your perspective and your take on everything. You know that, Terry. You do realize that. And as always, beautiful people. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in the middle of the road. It's about health, wealth, and wellness. Stay dangerous. What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G. And this is my personal invite to all of you to join me on Industry Talk on the Prime Time Network daily at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I get into great conversations with entrepreneurs, artists, industry leaders, you name it, we bring it to the table. So make sure you tap in with us, lock us in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we stream on all major platforms. And be sure to visit us at gemsitpublishing.com. This is Industry Talk. Let's get into it.
motion.